When the only constant in life is change, you need to be ready. This is the Man-Made Survival Show.
Hello everyone, my name is Jose Prado, Man-Made Survival. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel and watching this video. I really do hope that you had a very good Christmas break. Hopefully you were able to spend the entire day with your family on December 25th. You know, even though we had some bad news coming out that day, but the point is that hopefully you were able to forget about everything that's going on and you were able to actually enjoy the company of the ones that you love the most. So I hope that you listened to my video, you know, my Christmas message, and you actually pay attention to it and you listen to it, because, you know, what I told you in that video, it was something that I did myself. You know, I told you to just forget about everything that's going on, everything that happened in 2020, everything that's going to happen in 2021, and just record the moments where you're going to see your family members open up their gifts and be very happy. And, you know, I took my own advice and I actually did that. And I want to show you this video, because those are going to be the moments that we can come back to and really, you know, be thankful that our family was in a good place before everything that we're going to be facing in 2021. We could actually look back at this moment and say, I'm glad there is one day that we were able to celebrate where we forgot about everything. There was no news. There was no bad news. We didn't have to worry about a civil war. We didn't have to worry about World War III. There was nothing that we have to worry about. All we were doing was being with our family and being as happy as we could, and, you know, hopefully have some really good food. So I want to show you the video, because that is exactly what I was looking for. All right, here it is. Son pesas.
Everybody.
A ver, ¿qué está enfrente? Gracias.
A ver qué rompe para arreglar.
Sí. ¡Feliz Navidad!
Thank you.
I'm so shocked you can't even talk in English anymore.
He's speaking gibberish now. All right, so you saw it. You know, that the way that my dad's face lit up, it's going to be something that is going to stick with me for a very long time, because I'm going to be able to look back at Christmas Day and remember how happy he was. You know, as you can tell, my dad is very elderly, and the present that he got is something that he has really wanted for a very long time. We just had not had the money to be able to buy it. But this Christmas, you know, we came together as a family. We bought it for my dad, and we were able to give it to him for Christmas. So that is one of the reactions that I got, and, you know, from my dad, from my siblings, and also from my children. So hopefully it doesn't matter how bad things get in the next coming days or weeks, even months, in years. I can look back at this moment and say, I'm glad that at least at that moment, everybody was okay. Everyone was happy, and things were not as bad as, you know, as they're going to be, or as they are. And the reason that my dad's reaction was so precious to me is because, you know, my dad is elderly. He doesn't really spend a lot of time in the news anymore. You know, he's pretty much living out his last years that he may have, and so he doesn't care. I'm looking at the news all the time. You know, I'm doing the research to put together this show and share with you the information that's out there and the best way to prepare. So since I know all these things that are going on, all the things that have happened, having all that information in my head to where how things could, you know, fold out, seeing my dad being that happy is actually something that I really was looking forward to. So hopefully you had the same reaction with your family. Hopefully you were able to record those precious memories. And if you had a very bad Christmas this year where you were not able to afford gifts, or, you know, go out and visit family because they're in another state, because, you know, you don't have money or whatever the case may be, hopefully this time next year will be a lot better for you, and you're going to be able to spend time with the people you love the most. All right, so that's why we have to take steps right now to prepare, because of the information that I'm going to be sharing with you today. Okay, so even if things look dark right now, we can make sure that we position ourselves better by preparing and having a better outcome this time next year. Okay, because if things were this bad in 2020, 2021, it's actually promising to look even worse. All right, and I'm going to show you the information as to why I draw the conclusion. All right, so before I get into the podcast, okay, we're going to be trying something new where I'm going to be recording this podcast, and this is going to be a long podcast because I have a lot of information. You know, I haven't given you a podcast since last week, and a lot of days have come by. A lot of information has come by. So I'm going to record this all at once. I'm going to edit it, but then we're going to slice it into different sections. And that is something that I want to try. That is something that my brother wants to try. You know, he's my tech guy. And you give us your input. Say if you like it that way that we're thinking about doing it. If it works for you, if it doesn't, if you'd rather have one long show. So just give me your input, you know, whatever you may be listening this to, whether it's YouTube, Brightian, Gab, Rumble, Apple Podcasts, or the speaker platform, wherever you may be listening this to, let us know what you think. Leave a comment and we'll get back to you. And, you know, depending on the feedback that we get is whether we stay that same way or we go back to the old way. So please interact with us and let us know. All right, so let's get into this podcast.
The Man-Made Survival Show.